Welcome, YouTube subscribers. Before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell as well. So 10 toes down. I agree with you 100% on this issue with DJ Vlad being a culture vulture. He made a good point where DJ Vlad only ever interviews really black culture, rappers, etc. Other than him just doing the one with Token the other day, is the first one I've seen, and China Mac. But it still had to do with hip-hop music. So Vlad, just like 10 Toes said, why don't you ever tell us about the Ukrainian stuff? I definitely agree with 10 Toes on that. You don't ever talk about anything but hip-hop. I know that your job is to interview people, but why don't you interview, people from your descent? That's what I want to know. That's what 10 Toes wants to know. He said that all you do is talk about black pain and have them talk about criminal activities that they did. Like, you try to get them to snitch on themselves on your platform. Something tells me you're working with the feds, man. Why would you want someone to go ahead and talk about things that they really shouldn't be talking about? Like, especially on the internet. A lot of times I've seen interviews where you ask them questions when the court case or the trial or whatever is still going on. And then, after your question, you say, well, if you don't want to answer it, you know what I mean? Of course they don't want to answer it. It's still going on. You're trying to get these brothers locked up. So I think you might be part of the police, man. So 10 Toes, salute to you on this one, brother. You touched on a lot of good topics. You touched on a lot of good things in that video you did. So Vlad, you got to start doing more. Start doing better. You're definitely a culture vulture. Definitely. And I agree with 10 Toes. Because you don't interview nobody but people of color. Rappers. 99% of your interviews are with rappers. Interview somebody else. A lot of these stories that rappers have are almost the same. They grew up in a bad neighborhood. They sold drugs. They're in gang activity, yada, yada, yada. And now they make money and, doing their thing. Some of them still in the gang culture, whatever. But some of them ain't active. A lot of them ain't active. They're about getting a bag now. So like he said, why don't you go ahead and interview people from your country? That's what I want to see next. Because like he said, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know about them people over there. So, Vlad, we need to see some different stuff, bro. We need to see it. Don't be a culture vulture. Don't do it. You got to get that title off of you. Because 10 Toes is on them heels. And I agree with him 100%. So salute to 10 Toes on this one. Salute to my subscribers. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. One love.